anything in Terran space. He gestured to two pairs of 8th Fleet corvettes, and they pack more than enough punch to put us down in our current state. Jenkins nodded knowingly. Sleipnir-class corvettes were uniquely in the Terran armed forces exclusively crewed by cybernetically augmented voiders, the update to the archaic sailor label. Every member of a Sleipnir's 39 crew had been radically modified to deal with the extreme gravitational forces of high-speed acceleration. The enhancements were extensive and ultimately life-shortening in the extreme. A Sleipnir Voider had a life expectancy of just 22 years following installation of the implants, but despite the cost, there was no shortage of applicants for the job. "Those things can pull 35 Gs during combat," Jenkins scowled. Lee scowled as well. "Those are just the official numbers. I've seen classified testing records verifying closer to 50. They're sprinters, but the speed comes at the cost of stamina," Jenkins mused, as all 4 corvettes broke formation and assumed an intercept trajectory that would bring them into missile range of the Bonhoeffer a full half-hour before it rendezvoused with the Xene world ship. "We need more time," Jenkins grimaced, meeting Lee's gaze and holding it. "Break it down for him." Lee's scowl deepened. "We're already facing mutiny and dereliction of duty charges. What's a little treason sprinkled on top for revealing classified intel?" He sighed shortly before keying up the mic. "Admiral Wallace, this is Bonhoeffer Actual requesting a secure P2P link." Seconds ticked by at a torturous pace before the telltale blue light pulsed on the priority comm station. The Bonhoeffer was down to a skeleton crew, which meant that only 1 in 4 of her bridge stations was manned. With no one to handle the priority comm console, Lee moved to authenticate and accept the inbound connection. "Lee, what the fuck are you doing?" Admiral Wallace veritably snarled. "For over a century, every member of the TAF has trained for candlelight conditions. There is no single greater threat to the Terran Republic than the one we currently face with the wormholes down. And not only that, but a fucking moon-sized, unidentified battle station just arrived on New America's doorstep. I need answers, and I need them now." "Admiral, I understand your frustration," Lee said heavily. "Let me put it as bluntly as I can. My mission, codenamed Operation Antivenom, is more vital to Terran security than erecting a defense against that moon base. Incidentally, that moon base is here to facilitate Operation Antivenom. I'm transmitting operational details previously kept from the rest of my branch, and even from the rest of the TAF by General Akinoya and General Pushkin. The only active Terran Armed Forces personnel who have full access to this operation's intel are the men and women presently aboard the Bonhoeffer, although Admiral Zhao should be apprised of it within the hour." Lee's transmission contained everything except Jem's existence. Wallace was in a position to deny them the opportunity to carry out their mission, which meant they had no choice but to deal with him on his terms. But to reveal Jem's existence was to reveal the most sensitive aspect of their operation, which was simply too great a risk for them to take. If Wallace's command was compromised by Gemin collaborators, and if they revealed Jem's existence to the Gemin, there was no way for Operation Antivenom to be successful. Their trust could only go so far. Seconds passed before Wallace scoffed, then said, "Your story's got more holes than a Vor sex bot. How could you get a message off to Admiral Zhao with the wormhole down? As far as I'm concerned, your data packet is just another in a long string of attempts to push me off while you rendezvous with that moon base. Heave to, Colonel Lee, and await my inspection teams. Admiral Wallace!" Jenkins raised his voice as the 4 Sleipnir-class corvettes surged forward, accelerating at nearly 30 Gs. "This is Lieutenant Colonel Lee Jenkins. It was my team that conducted the secret diplomatic mission on Shiva's Wrath, where we first contacted the species aboard that moon base. That mission was carried out under the direct supervision of General Benjamin Akinoya, who was killed during Operation Bricktop a few weeks ago. That operation produced tangible evidence in support of my mission."